Do you find yourself struggling with the TEAS test? You ready for the TEAS 7 exam? Because it's definitely coming towards the summertime. Do you know how to really tackle the questions and really make sure that you absolutely understand how to approach the math questions? Let's talk about three questions that you absolutely want to understand and absolutely want to know, absolutely know how to do. I'm actually in class right now with some of our students here, so definitely come join us. Right? Feel free to give us a call 301-960-4950 to speak with myself or one of my staff members who can help you learn more information about our program. But you can always take a look at our website, so atkinsacademy.com, but also just tune into the YouTube videos like you're doing today. Okay, we have a whole slew of videos that go over lots of different questions, lots of different problems that we always go over during the class time. So definitely join us in. I'm going to get everyone else joined in now. So let's go over some of these questions. We have question number 7, 8, and also 9. Very, very important word problems that you want to know how to do for the test. So let's take a look at it. Let's get everyone else joined in on this. All right, everyone. So let's take a look at question number 7 here. So with question number 7, how do we approach it, right? So the difference of 5 times a number in 15 is 55. And so when we say difference, then what are we talking about? We say difference, we should be thinking what? So when we say difference, that should be a clear indication of what? So if we say the difference, then we should be thinking what? I'm sorry, so subtraction, right? So subtraction, right? And so of 5 times a number, so 5 times a number, so a number, remember we talked about that's going to be x. And so the difference of 5 times a number and 15 is means equal. And so 5x minus 15 is 55, right? So that's what we should be coming up with in terms of taking that word problem and making it an algebraic expression. Okay, so very important to be able to do that. Okay, so now with that, then, and you'll have questions like this on the test where you have to then solve for the variable. Okay, and so if we add 15 to both sides, then that's going to be 5x is equal to, sorry, right? So 5x is equal to 70. Okay, so if we divide both sides by 5, then x is equal to 14, because we know 5 times 15 would give us 75. So 5 times 14 there, I should say, give us a 70 there. So now with that, then, is that our answer? So is it answer choice B? I think one or two of you put answer choice B here. So is that the correct answer? So answer choice B? So would that be the correct answer? Okay, Dana, go ahead. Okay, so good. So no, so again, you got to make sure that you do exactly what they want you to do. So not what you want, but what they want. And so they want you to put what is to find the product of this number and 3. That's their question, right? And so their question says find the product of this number and 3. So what we're looking for is 3x, right? So 3 times 14. And so 3 times 14, right, is going to be 42. So we're talking answer choice D here, not answer choice B. And so again, a very typical kind of question for the TEAS test that you definitely want to make sure that you absolutely know. Okay. So question number 8 here, we had a couple different answers here. But with this question, so a class action lawsuit has been settled for 84 million. Okay. So your company has been awarded 17% of the settlement after, so keyword here, after 2.9%, 29.6% of legal fees were, keyword here, were paid. Okay. And so as in the past tense, so this has already happened. So they even tell you in the book that they're going to give you extraneous information, right? So whether they're talking the TEAS or the HESI or the SAT, a lot of these exams, they do this where they give you this extra information. So this extraneous information. And so do you know what to do with it, right? So part of that is getting rid of it, right? Getting rid of it and figuring out if you need to use it or not. In this case, you do not. So after 29.6% of legal fees were already paid, right, then your company got 17% of the settlement. Okay, so so with this, we talked about with the students here, we talked about the 10% rule. Okay, so if 84 million is our total, then what is 10% of our total? So what's 10% of our total then? So what's 10% of our total? So what's 10% of our total? Okay, go ahead, Caitlin. So what's 10% of our total? That's right. So 8.4, right? So 8.4, right? So good. So a resounding 8.4, right? And so given that, given that if 8.4 is 10%, right? And let's just and so at this point we're already done, right? But let's just keep going here. So what is 5% of our total? So if 8.4 is 10%, then what is 5% of our total? So what is 5% of our total then? Okay, so that's right. So 4.2. So just half of that, right? So 4.2. Okay, and so given that, what is 1% of our total? So what is 1% of our total? So what's 1% then? Okay. All right, Dana, go ahead and turn on your camera then. All right, what's 1% of our total, Margaret? Okay, good. So 0.84, right? So 0.84, right? So good. So perfect, spot on, right? And so given that, all right, so good. So given that, then, um, given that, then 8.4 or 0.84, I'm sorry, so 0.84. And so given that, then we can obviously get to the 17%, but what we want is to be able to do this in 5 seconds. Okay. And so in terms of being able to do this in 5 seconds, recognizing that if they ask us for 17%, well, we can quickly get 10%, right? We can look at this and get 10%. And so 10% would be 8.4. So answer choice A is automatically out. That's less than 1 million. Okay, and so answer choice B automatically out as well, right? 1.4 million is less than the 8.4 million, so therefore less than 10%, right? So it's got to be above 10%. If the total 100% is 84 million, right, and you got 17%, then you can't have more than the more than the total, right? That would not work either. So answer choice D is not correct here. So we're talking answer choice C is the only possible answer. Okay, and so this is really a 5-second question if you just use the 10% rule like we talked about, right? So the 10% rule. Okay, all right, so what about question number 9 here? So what are your thoughts for question number 9? How do we approach this? Go ahead, Rikas. So what's our approach for this one? Okay, Lisa, go ahead and turn your camera back on. Nicole, go ahead and turn your camera. So what's our approach for this one? Okay. All right. So one box of books contains 7.5% of the total shipment. Right. So if each box contains 15 books, right? How many books are included in the total shipment? Right. So the total shipment. So this is going to be again the box method. Right. So we talked about the box method. Okay. And so if you're looking for again things that you can do quickly, right? We talk about the 10% rule, the box method, and understanding these types of problems. Okay. And so if we have a box and we know that 7.5% of the box is 15 books, then what is the total, right? So the total will be 100%, right? So the total will be 100%, okay? And so with that then, what do we need to do to the 7.5% in order to get up to 100%? So what do we need to do to the 7.5% in order to get up to 100%? So what are your thoughts there? Good. So certainly need to. Okay, go ahead, Margaret. Okay, multiply. Now, if we multiply by 10, right? So if we multiply by 10, that gets us close enough here. So that puts us at 75%, right? So 75%, right? And so at 75%, right? I'll make that a little bit higher here. So at 75%, right? How many books would that be? So if we scale up by a factor of 10, right? So at 75%, so 7.5 times 10 is 75%. And so how many books would that be? How many books would that be then? Okay, good. So 150 bucks. So 150 bucks. Okay. And so, so what that indicates here then is that we still have 25% left to go, but at 75%, that is equivalent to 150 books, which means that answer choice C, 112 books cannot possibly be the total. But likewise, 70 books cannot possibly be the total. Okay. And so with that then, is it 155 or is it 200? Okay. And so if 75% represents 150, because 7.5% represents 15, then that means that 25% must be more than 15 books, right? So if we're at 150, 155 cannot possibly be the total, right? So it's got to be more than 155, right? Because again, 7.5 represents 15 books, 25% represents more than 15 books. So therefore, it cannot possibly be 155 books in total. It's got to be much more than that. And so therefore, answer choice A here is the only possible answer. All right, makes sense? Okay, so good. All right, so any questions with these? All right, awesome. All right, so let's take a look at the next several questions here and delve into these as well. Okay, I'll give you a couple minutes for this. All right, so hopefully you found that helpful in terms of just going through questions, understanding how we go through questions with the larger group, and so this is one of our math TEAS math mastery classes. We'll go through question by question, right? And so this is we're here for about 8 minutes or 10 minutes or so. This is a 5-6 hour class. We go through hundreds of questions just like this, question after question after question. I explain it, give you time to work through it, and then we talk about it and have a dialogue about it. And so if you're looking for an opportunity to really master the concepts in science and English and reading and also math for the TEAS or for the HESI exam, definitely give us a call. 301-960-4950. I'm Dr. Brian Atkins. I teach all the classes. All of my clients have my cell phone number. They can call me, text me, email me for any questions that they have. You don't get that with any other program. Okay. I guarantee if you work with me, I'll help you to get into the 80s and 90s. Okay. And so with my course, you have a lot of opportunities to repeat the classes, the repetition, but also access to additional questions, literally hundreds of questions that we go through together as a group. Office hours, and I'll help you to get into nursing school. I'll help you get through nursing school and obviously start practicing working as a travel nurse or a staff nurse or a nurse practitioner if you like as well. So we can definitely help you. All right. So definitely follow us, subscribe to the YouTube channel. Definitely take a look at additional videos as well. But I'd love to help you. So again, check out our website, atkinsacademy.com, but also give us a call, 301-960-4950. We'll talk to you soon. We'll see you in class next week. Thanks.